Hey Virgo, how are you? Hope that you're very well. It's Amber here at Symbols for Living. Welcome to your October reading. I know it's late, and I know all you Virgos are going to be like, this is terrible timekeeping, like what are you playing at? I'm really sorry. Unfortunately, life gets in the way. I'm a typical Virgo. I give myself way too much to do and then get a burnout and it all gets a bit crazy. So yeah, I'm trying to manage that, and also you know, there's only so much time that I can actually dedicate to these things, if or dedicate to these readings on a monthly basis, and each reading is like half an hour or longer, and it could take a whole day, and I'm a mother with a family, and all sorts of other responsibilities. As you probably know, you've got a life too, right? So you know how it is. Sometimes as a mother, these priorities just get constantly shifted and rearranged. And I'm not moaning, I'm just trying to explain myself, but I do apologise. And I always do try to get these readings out to you as early as possible, because it benefits me too as well. So, you know, I really should do it, but unfortunately life just gets in the way. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you'd like to support the channel to make it easier for me, that would be great. I mean, you can always donate to the through the PayPal link in the description box. You could buy merchandise. I've got cards and cups and t-shirts and jumpers and all sorts of things. If you check out my Instagram page, they come in all sizes, from like extremely small to XXX large. Like, there's so much choice, and different colours and everything. So all you need to do is send me an email, let me know what your sign is or what sign you're interested in finding out more about. I can send you some images of some items and stuff, and then you can maybe decide. So it can also be quite bespoke if you wanted like your own. You might have a laptop cover that you want the design on. I can source that for you and get that sorted for you. So we're still quite a small company, so we've still got that flexibility to kind of give you what you want. So please do get in touch if you like any of the designs that you see on the readings. You can also get your own reading or schedule your own reading with me through email, symbolsforliving@gmail.com, and I'd be more than happy to provide you with a reading. That'd be a pleasure. So yeah, just get in contact. That'd be a great way to sustain and support the channel, maybe free up some of my other time to dedicate to this more consistently. That'd be great. And I can also invest in better equipment to give you the more kind of glossy videos if that's what you prefer. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into the reading, as I've rambled on for way too long. It's not really like me, but yeah. Okay, so we've got the Three of Coins as your overall energy for the month, Virgo. So this month is all about compromise, people pulling their own weight, having a plan, organisation, you know, all the things that the Three of Coins represents, but often as well as also concerned with the money, finances and work. So that seems to be a major theme, but as it's a major theme for the card, but as it's a love reading, I would really kind of take work out of it and just maybe look more at the other elements of the cards. And I feel that this month you are being asked to compromise and also consider the roles that are played in the relationship. That's really your main focus, is to figure out exactly how much responsibility you have and what type of responsibility, what you're supposed to do, what the other person's supposed to do, and also agree on a plan. You need to both be on the same page with the Three of Coins. You need to all kind of be working towards the same thing. So it's getting that kind of clarity, I think, this month, which will really be important for you. So at the centre of the reading, we've got the Justice card, which talks about things being fair, which is closely related to the energy of this card. You know, everyone pulling their own weight and no one feel like they're doing more than the other. And the Queen of Cups as well to accompany it. So the Justice card is a major arcana. So this is a major lesson that your partner is learning this month. They're learning about fairness and what's fair for them, what's just for them, you know, where their balance lies. And everyone's balance point is different, you know. We're all individuals. What one person's idea of fair may be another person's idea of complete unfairness, you know. But it's what works for you. It's what you feel is sorry, it's what your partner feels even, and what they feel is fair to them and justified for them. And this is seems to be spurred or inspired by the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is clarifying the Justice card, so it could be that your partner is very much in love with you at the moment, and therefore kind of feels like, well, everything's justified, everything's fair in love and war kind of thing. Or just, you know, I love this person so much that really climbing to Mount Everest would be fair to me. You know, I love this person so much that nothing is really too much. So I think your partner is looking at readjusting possibly their values because of the feelings they have about you. The Queen of Cups is very emotional, is very much in love with the idea of love. This person is immersed in emotion. So it could be that the person that you're seeing is a water sign, or has a strong watery element in their chart. They could have a stellium, for instance, in a water sign, or have their 7th house ruled by Pisces, or Cancer, or Scorpio. So yeah, or they could just have their moon, or it could be anything, you know, that it could be that their Venus is conjunct Neptune, you know, or something like that, or Venus is in the 12th house or something, or some very kind of watery sign where they they can really fall quite deeply into their emotions and be completely swayed by them. And I do feel like it's emotions that's really tipping the scales here for your partner. So they're really adjusting their values. So they could have had values that worked for them up until this point, and now they're having to adjust it for the good or the bad. We don't know yet, but they are adjusting their values because of how they feel about you. They could also be feeling that you're a very just person, that you're very fair, and that maybe you base a lot of your decisions on, or a lot of your values, or a lot of your truths, you know, your inner truths on your own emotions. So they could see that you are quite emotional at the moment, that you could have a lot of emotional burden at the moment as well. The Queen of Cups can sometimes be someone who kind of gets lost in their emotions, or can be quite emotional, you know. So it could be that they see you as someone who's quite emotional, and maybe they're having to keep the balance for you, or that you're quite emotional, and then that kind of sways your sense of balance within. And they could just see you as a very changeable person as well, like you're always kind of shifting the goalpost, you're always kind of shifting where your balance lies. So they could see that in you. But I do feel that it's even more so that they're very much in love with you, with the Queen of Cups here and the Justice card. And it's like they've weighed up the pros and cons. And they feel completely justified. They do think, I think they do think quite a lot of you. But this whole balancing act, again, definitely seems to be in line with the 3 of coins here. Where this person maybe is figuring out, this person could see you as maybe quite emotional and feel like, okay, most of the time, I don't really call someone every day. Like, I just don't think that's needed. Or most of the time, I don't see the need in, taking someone out every week. Maybe every 2 weeks is good, and I'll see them at home one of the weeks. But maybe because they're dealing with you and they recognise that maybe you're possibly going through something emotional, or can be a bit sensitive sometimes, that they maybe have to adjust and maybe do other things, and they feel justified in it. They think that it's worth it. They feel that it's the right thing to do. And yeah, I mean, it could be interpreted in so many ways. It could be involved in the law, or it could be, the Justice card probably as well as I do. It can mean various things, but I do feel that as it's an emotional reading, that it's just talking about this person's emotions. Okay, so we've got you here feeling pretty good. Um, you're feeling like you can be yourself. You're feeling very open. You're feeling very childlike. You're feeling very optimistic as well about the situation right now. So you could feel like, yeah, like everything's out in the open, and you feel like you could be really honest. This person could see you as emotionally honest, like you literally wearing your heart on your sleeve, and that could be where the justice card is coming in. And they feel, if they do feel like you are very wearing your heart on your sleeve and you're very honest, they think you're a very fair person as well, and that you're justified to kind of feel how you feel. And the Sun card is like you feel recognized, like you feel like you're seen. It's all out in the open, and you may feel like, because this, you may feel understood, you know, and appreciated as well, by this person, as this person seems to be coming round to maybe your way of thinking or understanding you, and therefore adjusting themselves accordingly. And that makes you feel pretty good, very supported, and just generally really upbeat and positive and optimistic. It's like you also feel like a lot of the attention is on you. You feel like you may feel like the world kind of revolves around you a little bit, like just in the same way as the world literally revolves around the sun. The Sun card can represent you feeling like a child, like where you depend on other people and everyone kind of caters to you and makes sure you're okay. So you may feel very looked after right now, very much like possibly a child would. It's not a bad thing at all. The Sun card is a very positive card, and ultimately we're all big kids anyway, pretending to be adults, so they say. So, you know, it's great that you're able to actually get in touch with that side of yourself and really appreciate and value yourself at this time. It's really good. Okay, so in the past, your partner was quite confused here with the Seven of Cups, and there was the Eight of Cups following it. So your partner seems to, in the past, be feeling towards you very confused, unsure, not maybe really knowing what there is to offer. It could be that your partner had many people they were seeing, maybe, or people they were entertaining. But I don't feel like there was any commitment made. I feel like he was, or she was, literally just exploring, just being non-committal, and has found that that's not really led to any happiness. And in fact, nothing that was on offer previously satisfied them at all, to the point where they just left all the Seven Cups behind, including the cup that came after, and they said, you know what, I'm doing my own thing. Whatever what was on offer before, none of them interest me, and so therefore I'm gonna go ahead and look for what I really love. I'm gonna look for the Ten of Cups. I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna go on my own, and I'm gonna follow what I believe is gonna make me happy. So regardless of there being many offers, they've turned them all down and they're moving on. And again, we've got the Justice card here. You know, she's also wearing red and green, so it's like almost like this is the same person, and you know, they've justified their actions. So people might say, well, to your partner, well, you had so much opportunity, you have got so much going for you, like, why would you choose this direction? You know, there could be a bit of that going on, and that could have caused the confusion, like other people interfering and giving them different ideas, and they're like, no, none of that, I want this. And I think that may be where you're feeling validated, because this person seems to have chosen you amongst all these opportunities or possibilities. They've struck out on their own and done what they think is right. Because the Justice card also talks about you being your own judge and jury, like you yourself can weigh up the pros and cons of something and then decide for yourself if it's right or wrong. This is not about someone else. This is not the Hierophant card, someone telling you what is the best moral code of conduct. The Justice card talks about you throwing away morality almost and deciding for yourself what you believe to be right, wrong for you, or whatever. So your partner seems to have made a choice for them, and they're following their heart, and it looks like you're feeling really happy about that, and you feel appreciated, like I said. And it's also a freeing feeling as well. However, in the past, as your partner moved along, you were, you know, I hate to say it, but you were a typical Virgo. And you were focused on, you know, I'm a Virgo, that's why I'm saying it, but you were focused on your own endeavours, making yourself happy. You're not really relying on anyone else to feed you, to clothe you, to make you happy, to make you feel content or comfortable. Like, you were focused on your own self. Like, you were concerned with your own needs and making yourself happy, making yourself content as well, possibly managing your own business, or developing your own business. But definitely in the near past, that was your main focus. Maybe while you were doing that, you know, your love interest, the person that you were seeing, may have been entertaining other people, but still found that, nah, they weren't what they were actually looking for, even though maybe others would have said that's wrong. And you yourself seem to have, you know, stood your ground. And the Nine of Coins also talks about, you know, having high standards. She's quite the, I wouldn't say she's a snob in this card, but she's quite, you know, the way she's standing, how she is, her background, where she's from, she knows her worth. And I don't think she's really going to settle for anything less. And I think I'm getting that from the card. And this person may have seen that that is the case, that you're not going to settle, and that, you know, they're, as much as maybe they could find it easier with maybe some of the other offers, other people would also say, you know what, you know, go for it. They want you, it looks like, and they're willing to go the distance, I think, for you, or they were in the near past. How they're thinking at the moment, they're quite defensive and quite closed in. So yeah, that looks like they are, again, there's this having to stand by the decision that they've made. They could, again, this is interference. I feel there's other people talking to your partner, or your partner is listening to other viewpoints. They're thinking, they're not thinking, they're concerned about what everyone else is thinking, I think. They're just concerned about what everyone else, I think, is thinking, and having to stand their ground with the decision they've made. This could also be a stubbornness not to change your mind as well. Because in this card, this is someone, as they've always said, you know, is someone who, there's a clear path for her to go. You know, there's even a stream that could show her, you know, give her some indication as how to get down from there, that the water's going in this direction, and maybe, you know, I don't know. But she's not tied that tight. There's people possibly living in the property, in these this castle behind her. You know, she can get out, she can go, and she can move on. None of the swords are dangerously near her. She's deciding to stay where she is, you know, whether that be subconsciously or consciously. And it could be that your partner is stubbornly sticking to a particular decision and way of thinking. Even if possibly other people are telling them different, or they feel they should know better, or something like that. But they are having doubts, I think, about the decision they've made, a little bit. And that's why they're having to be so adamant and really be so convicted you know, in their approach in the relationship. And then we've got the Judgment card here for how you feel. So you're feeling like, again, like the Sun card, everything's out in the open. You know, in your mind, you're clear. You've you know, you've let go of anything that was burdening you. I feel that in your mind, you're quite decided as well, and it's like you're ready for the next stage. In your mind, you're ready. It's like everything's out in the open now. Everyone knows everything now. He's made his decision, or she's made her decision, and in your mind, you feel quite liberated. Mentally, you feel finally everything's now out in the open. You know, you're being very honest. And I think you want to just, mentally, you're letting go of maybe some sort of grudge that was held between you two. But I just feel like you feel like everything's above board. The past is the past. You're ready to move forward into a new direction. But most of all, you kind of just want to leave the past in the past. And you want things to be clear and honest. I don't think you're looking for any sort of, you know, vagueness or anything like that. Like, you want everything to be above board, clear. But you yourself mentally may have had some sort of revelation, some sort of awakening, some sort of awareness that you've had. So that's interesting. But this awareness should hopefully allow you to let go of something, to finally feel freed up from something. And it could be about all these people. You know, this person could have come clean about possibly entertaining other ideas, other people. And maybe now you feel like it's in the open, like this person might have just said, you know, I'm going to be fair to you, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to do the Justice card, I want to just tell you how I really feel. And now you feel like everything's out in the open and you feel good about it, you know? Like you're able to move forward. Okay, so we have got the Three of Swords here, so how these are your intentions in the future. And this is your partner's intentions, or the person you're interested in. This is their intention, the Temperance card and the Four of Cups. So their intention is to gain control, I believe, of their emotions in the relationship. This is, again, a major arcana. There's quite a few major arcanas here, actually. But with the Temperance card here, your partner is looking for some sort of equilibrium, balance, fairness, equal give and take, and just generally balance. So your partner seems to be very focused on fairness with the Justice card and the Temperance card showing up. And with the Three of Coins being the overall energy for the reading, it's like your partner, I think, may feel that they are compromising a lot, you know, giving things up with the Seven of Cups here, you know, having to stand their ground and ignore people. They're having to do a lot. They're having to kind of come forward quite a lot, or make, you know, take more steps forward than maybe you need to take towards them. And it could be justified. You could have done all the work, you know, months ago. You could have been the one making all the work. So, yeah. But your partner does want this kind of, they do want reciprocity. I think they feel that they're giving a lot and they're not getting, like they're not, it's not being received. Like you're not really accepting their offer. And they want it, they kind of maybe feel like they're doing a lot, you know? And they would like you to accept that. And accept this offer of love that they're making to you. But their intentions are to make it more reciprocated. So I think they are really trying to themselves keep themselves in check. You know, they're trying to keep themselves balanced, keep themselves tempered with the Temperance card. You know, listen to their own mind and create their own idea of justice and fairness in their own mind. They're having to do a lot of self-management. And, yeah, maybe they're hoping that you're they're doing all this in the hope that you will see what they've got to offer, maybe, you know, and hope that you will accept it. But it's like right now, it's like they feel like what they're doing isn't enough, and that you want more. But they actually feel like they are doing a lot, and they would like it to be more give and take. But maybe with the Three of Swords here, that's not your intention. Your intention may not be to, you know, with this person, like your intention might be to maybe give them some sort of unfortunate news that actually maybe what they're giving, even though they are giving their all, maybe it's not exactly what you want. Maybe you've got very high expectations, especially with the Nine of Coins here and the Sun card, how you're feeling so good and you're feeling free. You may have very high expectations now for the foreseeable future, you know, for your relationships or for this relationship. And it's like maybe what they're offering still for you is not enough, you know. So yeah, you could kind of still want more. And it looks like, you know, that really confirms how they feel. I think they recognize that. So yeah, definitely broken hearts here. There's a broken heart here somewhere. But this is your intention. So your intention can't be to give yourself a broken heart. So you must be intending to maybe, unfortunately, give someone some bad news in some way. But this has got a lot to do with compromise. But remember, these are your intentions. This might not actually happen. What is likely to happen in the near future with the Ace of Rods and the King of Cups? You know, your partner is going to be wanting a new beginning with you. They're going to, and they feel very sexually attracted to you as well. But they're really going to want this new start. They want a new fiery, passionate, energetic, enthusiastic start, you know. Because I think they really are in love. And we've got the King and the Queen of Cups in the same reading. So this does tell me, especially with the Justice card here as well, that this could be a karmic relationship. And they've got the Judgment card as well. So it could be a karmic kind of fated relationship where a lot of lessons are to be learned. You know, your partner's got, there's a lot of major arcana here as well. So it's like definitely lessons are being learned. I think your partner seems to be learning about fighting for what they want and not always just listening to other people, but doing what they want to do. Even if people are telling them that, oh, you know, it's not going to work or whatever. It's about them learning to fight for what they want and working with that. And for you, you seem to be learning about compromise, learning about meeting someone halfway. It looks here that you're not, this could be your intentions are to manage your own expectations, you know, to compromise. Which could be kind of heartbreaking and really disappointing for you, because you could really have high hopes. The Sun card and the Judgment card, that's quite positive perspective for the future. You know, that's the very positive. If you're looking at the future with that kind of energy, like you're feeling quite hopeful, because you're leaving a lot of negative behind and moving forward. So you could have very high hopes, but your intentions may be to kind of maybe manage your expectations, or to at least consider that. And maybe, you know, having to think about what it is that really drives you to want these things. You know, is it really justified? Like, do you really need things that you are demanding or wanting from this person? you may need to reevaluate what actually will make it work, because ultimately, if you are in a relationship and you care about this person, you want it to work. So yeah, you could be managing your own expectations there. Now everything's out in the open and clear, and you know exactly what this person is offering. You could be weighing up the kind of pros and cons about that and seeing if you can compromise, you know, how far can you compromise to make this work. We do have the Hanged Man here, so it looks like towards the end of the month, or towards the end of the period for this reading, which should be the first couple of weeks in November, you still find yourself taking time out to really think about this offer. Like, you really are feeling like you need to adjust your perspective. You need to think, you're thinking, am I really thinking about this? Like, am I really maybe raising my standards too high? Am I going to have to sacrifice some of my standards because they don't really matter? You know, and it's about reevaluating things, but from a more objective and also from a higher mind as well, taking the high road a little bit as you look on the situation, rather than from a very kind of mundane perspective, or you know, but more of a spiritual perspective, maybe a bigger picture, long-term kind of viewpoint. You may need to reevaluate what compromises you are willing to make and what ones you're not. But your partner's definitely in love here with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Your partner feels like you are very lovable, and they feel very emotionally connected to you, and they're very sexually attracted to you too. But they do want a new start, and they do want to offer you, they do want to be the man in your life. They want to be able to fulfill that role. Yeah, maybe they're just looking for that one chance for them to be able to kind of prove themselves. But they do want a new beginning with you, with the Ace of Wands there. They do want something to start. They want things to move on and move forward. But you are kind of, you're needing more time, because you need to kind of, I think, get your head around the compromises that you're going to have to make. So compromise, under the compromise card, we've got the Star card. So we've got, you know, sometimes you've got to compromise for the bigger picture. Like, there could be a bigger goal that's going to be much more rewarding if you make this small sacrifice now. So it could be that, you know, this person with the Hangman here and how it looks, it could very well be you just saying, I'm just not, this isn't enough for me. I've just got other things that I want to pursue, or a grander vision for your relationships. And you could find that the way the cards are looking here, it's looking as if you are being advised to go ahead and make that compromise, because it's for a better, there's something a lot better that will come out of it if you were to put the effort in now. It's about delaying pleasure as well, because often we do want instant gratification, and the Star card reminds us that it's not the best gratification is the one that we've had to wait for it and work for it and work on it. So yeah, the Page of Pentacles here as well, it is talking about new commitments and valuing things in a different way. You know, changing your values in a way, making new commitments, seeing the value in something that maybe you didn't see before, and really looking at it from a different way, and seeing it as a much more of a positive thing than you did before, possibly. But you see the value in it now, and see the potential in it now, and think there is something to invest. So it's about investing for the future. So whatever compromises you are making, is, you know, they really are investments for the future. So I'm going to pull some cards from the Oracle, Wisdom of the Oracle deck for Virgo, October 2017. let's see what we get. We've got no place like home. It's interesting. To the sea. Exchanging gifts, which does touch on the compromising themes that we've had. And breathe. Then we've got the base, we've got blessed. I love this card, it's so nice. So overall, we are to know that we are blessed. So we know that overall, whatever we do have available to us is pretty good. Whatever offer's being made to you is probably a pretty good offer. Again, whatever you're compromising for is probably going to be worth it. You are blessed. You are secure. You are being looked over. So if you do have any fears around the relationship, just know that it is a blessed union. We have seen the King and the Queen both come out in the same reading, so that does tell me that you do have a genuine connection with this person, and it is a blessed relationship, especially for the month of October. Okay, and the first few weeks of November. But ultimately it's saying to breathe. That's the overarching card. So breathe it through. Yeah. So where there are difficult decisions to make, do take the time out to meditate. You know, we've got her here on the card meditating, or some sort of like the lotus position, as they say. Probably meditating. So do take some time out to meditate. You will find that your thoughts are going to trigger emotions with the Three of Swords. So just remember that, you know, your thoughts are just thoughts. They're just imaginings from your mind kind of thing. They're not necessarily true. And the more that you are able to focus on your breathing in meditation, the more and more you can see your thoughts objectively. So yes, you are being asked to kind of have a more objective view, especially with the Hangman card here as well. Breathe it through. Take a step back before making any decisions. Yeah. And then we've got no place like home. So yeah, it looks like you were very comfortable in your, I think, being on your own. You're very comfortable with your home comforts. You may not necessarily want to change. You know, you might like your independence and doing what you like, and maybe running your own business or developing at work, developing your career, living the life that you want. And I think that's where the compromise might be coming in, is that to be in a relationship possibly with this other person, you may need to make some sort of compromise in that area, like a compromise in your lifestyle and your expectations. As I said, you might have high expectations because you've worked so hard and been so successful, and you're comfortable. You've built your comforts around you, and you know, these compromises that you have to make, you may not want to, because you're so comfortable. To the sea means to go and explore. You know, go find that other island, that other country, you know, do a Christopher Columbus on, you know, your life, and do try out new things, do go out and explore. You will, you know, as you do try out new things, you will learn more, and you will gain more understanding of where you're going, where you're coming from, what you're doing, and the choices that you make. But it's interesting because we've had, this is the third 7. We've got a 7 here, we've got a 7 here, and we've got a 7 here. So this is about being having conviction. You know, going out to sea, you know, making a decision to go out and kind of take a risk, you know, to go out there and to try something new. So this is about, I think, accepting and learning new things, accepting new opportunities, and instead of running from them, having more of an explorative kind of, or curious mindset, rather than ruling things out because they don't meet your standards all the way. But it's like you will need to be decided in that. You'll need to kind of make, I think, a conscious decision that you're going to go out to sea, like you're going to pursue this, that, or the other. Like you're going to go embark on this journey of exploration. So this does come down to you making a decision to explore this relationship or opportunity that's been given to you by this person. Exchanging gifts, again, talks about the Three of Coins. It talks about, you know, what I give. You're looking for an equal receipt, you know, of whatever you're giving. I think you want it to be fair and justified. You want to make sure, I think, that you're with someone that can meet you on the same playing field, maybe. And I think you're just concerned that there is an equal give and take. And that's what Spirit's asking you to focus on, you know. Exchanging gifts could be completely different. Like there's a cat and a woman, in a ballerina even, in a box. It's like what the cat can give might not be as, I don't know, as a human could give. But the human, again, might not be able to give that much to a cat. You know, but it's like, but still, so what I mean to say is that you may be giving different valued gifts, but, and when I say value, not material value, but in effect, they're equal. They still bring the same amount of happiness, the same amount of security in the relationship, same amount of satisfaction, but they're just different. And I think it's about weighing up those things. Again, what works for you, the Justice card. Even the Justice card is here for your partner. It does also tell us a lot about the overall energies that's kind of in the relationship at the moment. Just that your partner maybe is dealing with it more. But yeah, it's not really about having, you know, I buy you a £10 gift, you buy me a £10 gift. It's about kind of giving each other the best you can, and figuring out what actually that person's going to appreciate. And that, you know, that person could really appreciate a pack of frozen peas, you know, because they've got some sort of thing they're doing, or an experiment, or they're trying out a new recipe, and that could just make their day, that you've gone ahead and bought all the ingredients for the recipe, and that's more than buying them a gold necklace that month, you know. So yeah. And then we've got Come to the Edge. Again, this is about taking risks, trying something new. So we've got a lot of kind of get out of your comfort zone and move, you know, come to the edge, try something new. We've got a number 9 here. So you have come to the end in some way. You are blessed. Breathe it through. You may need to change your expectations this month and try something new. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed the reading. Hope it wasn't too long. Oh, 50 minutes, jeez. Oh no, it wasn't 50. Oh, 43. Not too bad. Okay, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and if you did, please do like, share and subscribe. I really, really, really very much so appreciate it. Also, I'd be eternally grateful if you were to take a look at my Instagram page, look at my items, merchandise that's on for sale. Get in contact with me and I can set up a delivery to you if you'd like to order something. Also, please feel free to request a reading. I'd be more than happy to carry one out for you. And if you'd like to make your own donation, again, that would be greatly appreciated and well received to help keep the channel sustained and more consistent. So take very good care, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye.